Hey, welcome here to the Monroe Athletic Complex here in New Rochelle. A little family battle today as an inter-school matchup between the Monroe Express and the Monroe Mustangs here on the Monroe Mustangs Sports Network, as both teams coming in here after really playing really well. The Mustangs trying to snap a 2-game skid, and of course the Express trying to snap a 3-game skid. Their first of the year, began the year 9-1, a great start here by Jeremy Thompson, but of late it's been some trouble, and for the same time, Monroe Mustangs have really started to get their footing, coming in at 9-12, and Monroe Express 13-6. Their starting lineup: Naira Spady, Taraya Bryant, Tiana Maldonado, who's been outstanding for him over the past couple of games. 4 players were in double figures last game, and Maria Negron will help there on the defensive side. So those are your 5 for the Express. And now for the Monroe College Mustangs, a team really starting to feel it, including the top 3 here. It will be Olivia Medford, freshman guard from Rockville, New York, Deja Wentz, Naomi Barnwell, who had a double-double, and she has 3 double-digit rebounding performances in her last 4 games. Tanae Arnold and Amy Sangari will be those 5 for Dana Warner's Monroe College Mustang squad. Sangari, of course, filling out that 5-3 with 114 rebounds this year, third at 5.7 rebounds per game. Well, the first half, and these teams very similar in their identity and how they go about doing things. It's about forcing turnovers. And against Harcum, 32 were forced by Dana Warner's squad in that one. Last game, despite the loss, 71-56 to Raritan Valley Community College, this Monroe Express squad just forced 35 turnovers and scored 28 points off of them. And that's what both these teams like to do: get after you and get aggressive here. Alexavia Smith, my producer and director. I am the SID of the Monroe College Express, John Kelly Jr. The inter-school matchup here, first of 2 at 5 o'clock. The men will go at it. Melvin Council Jr. and Isaiah Stone, 2 NJCAA Players of the Week, will follow. So Spady will go for the jump here against Naomi Barnwell. 152 rebounds for Barnwell, 7.6 bringing down per game. Spady, 181. She now is 3rd most in single season history with that, the freshman, tied Julie Trowers. And she's currently in the top 20 in the country in rebounding, 12th in the country. So tip won by the Mustangs. They get things started. And a foul already called here, quick, 5 seconds in. As Sangari was clipped, so she'll shoot a pair of free throws. During that 4-game winning streak, 2 games, Dana Warner's squad shot 80% or better. And that's going to be another crucial factor to look in this game as we get down the stretch, as a good start here by Sangari. So opening points here to the Mustangs. And she goes 2 for 2 at the line. So the Mustangs open the scoring. Both teams are going to see this all day. Traps right away trying to force turnovers, as that was almost picked off by Barnwell, but it will stay with the Express. As Maldonado now to inbound. Back-to-back double-figure performances. What a game she had earlier this week. And towards the end against Raritan Valley Community College, 5 field goals made, 21 attempted. That was a career best for her. Tallied with 12 points, one of 4 players in double figures as Traverso. She had 15. The girl she passed it to also had 15. They were the leading scorers from the last game. Taraya Bryant to Traverso. Going down low to Spady. Back to Traverso. Driving. Feeds Negron. Drives. Stuffed! As Sangari putting her big paw on that one. And now the Mustangs trying to go up by 2 scores. Today Arnold holding it up. 3 assists last game against Union County Community College. That led all the Mustangs. Had 11 in that one as well. Barnwell on the drive. Stripped by Traverso. Barnwell gets it back. And the officials call jump ball. And it will go over here to the Express. Express trying to shoot better in this one as well. Started 9-1 on the year. Jeremy Thompson's squad, very young with that depth. And here's one of his best players, Spady. Down low to Negron. And took a little chest bump from Olivia Medford. So 2 fouls to 1. First charge to Medford. And out inbound from Taraya Bryant. Lobs the Spady, a common play they like to do. Naira on the hook shot. Can't get it to go. Offensive board. Negron then lost control. And steal picked up by Deja Wentz. 3 double-figure games during that 4-game winning streak for the Mustangs. And she'll set things up. She's the chef of this offense. Team leader at 54 assists. Medford kicks it out. And that J off the mark, knocked around defensive board by Negron as Arnold could not connect. And here in transition come the Express. Trying to avoid point droughts. Traverso trying the baseline, but she traveled. So Negron now with 2 rebounds in this one, offensive and defensive. And now Barnwell on the inbound. Bring it up will be Deja Wentz. Had 21 points here against ASA. Both her and Medford 20-point performances in that one. A dominant regional victory as Wentz underneath Sangari out. As Barnwell could not connect on that 3. And Sangari had got the offensive board but could not handle. And we're about to go 2 minutes into this one. Just 2 points all on Amy Sangari free throws. Bryant. Maldonado threw it away, and just the difference between these squads, a bit more size at the guard. So the Express turned it over again, just trying to avoid that trend. Just 2 points through the first 2 minutes of this one. Both teams pride themselves on defense and forcing turnovers and making you earn every shot. As a 3-pointer by Medford off the mark, and that is the 3rd board by Maria Negron in the starting 5. Common 6th woman, but she's become that starting 5 as Spady, jumper from the baseline, airballed, and Medford corrals it. Team's leading scorer at 12.4 points per game. Out to Deja Wentz, to Arnold around the parabola. Now down the baseline, Barnwell, her floater off the mark, gets her own board. Gives it to Arnold, pulls up, that one short, Spady the rebound. Spady, that's 182. So she is now 3rd most single season history in that area as Bryant takes it to the rack, cannot connect. Rebound by Medford. Just 2 points through the first 3 minutes. Medford sees in line. Don't give it to her. Her shot off the mark. And Negron another defensive board. Maldonado pushes it up. And Bryant will settle things down. She's the chef of this offense. 56 assists, tops on the team. Spady. Going to take it on the baseline. Fade away. That off the mark, and I think they're going to call her for an offensive foul. So, and that's what they're going to do. So, 2 fouls apiece in what is a tightly contested defensive first quarter here in this inter-school matchup between the Monroe Mustangs and the Monroe Express. Mustangs 9-12. Express 13-6, trying to snap a 3-game skid. Both teams trying to snap skids. They're good starts to the new year. Sangari had her pocket picked. Spady then traveled. She'll get the steal, but the turnover. And so far, the Express try to get those out of their system. Express now with their 5th turnover of this one. So Wentz being watched. The Sarah. Good on the J. Finally a field goal. Our first of the game. It was just 2 free throws to start as Carvajal Caro knocking it down. Averaging 8.3 points per game. Spady a J. They need it. That one off the mark. And Carvajal Caro with another big rebound. 108th this year. 4 players with 100 or more rebounds on this Mustangs squad. Very good at getting after the glass, exactly what Dana Warner wants. Wentz for 3. That is good, and the first 7 from the Mustangs, and the Mustangs have scored on back-to-back possessions as Wentz finally gets on the score sheet. She had 14 here a couple games ago against Harcum. Spady on the lay-in, off the mark, as that one taken down by Segree. Had 14 points. She led all scorers last game against Union County Community College, and now Medford knocking down for 3. And the Express, now they're going to give her 2. Still waiting for their first bucket of this one. Spady settles down, out to Taraya Bryant. Express not scared when they face big leads. Big story here. They came back from down 21 to beat Howard Community College on the road, and 11 against Lackawanna. So they're not afraid of anything. Lackawanna will be in here in a couple of weeks to take on this Mustang squad. Maldonado for 3. That one grazed the left rim. And with 4:59 to go, Mustangs with a chance now to extend their advantage to double digits. Express shooting 0 for 7 here in the first quarter. Alexavia Smith with me, John Kelly Jr., your play-by-play man. The SID of the Monroe Express, as they are still searching for their first bucket. Great job on the defensive glass by Negron. She's been outstanding so far. Bryant with space. To Malinando, 3-ball, Tiana. That one off the back iron. Board corralled by Tanae Arnold. Comes in second and assists with 49. Wentz going cross court. Medford starting to heat up. You do not want to see that happen. Underneath, and that one rejected. No, late foul called as Sarah Carvajal Caro, the Sevilla Spain star. We thought it had that blocked by Spady, but a foul called. Now be Spady's second. And this is where the bench is going to be really crucial to both teams. 42 bench points by the Mustangs in that win against Harcum College. Of course, the team that took care of the Express a couple of weeks ago, as Carvajal Caro knocking down the first of 2. Sarah, a solid rebounder, good presence on the court, and she knocks down both. As Carvajal Caro at 11 against Harcum, 14 against Sullivan County Community College. This Mustang team, too, it was really that game that really triggered that 4-game winning streak, giving Ben Newberg and that Division II ranked squad their first loss of the season, as Fatima Thompson with a nice rebound on the offensive side. Traverso gets rejected by Carvajal Caro. Express still sticking with it. All it needs is one bucket. Negron working through. Her shot short, trying to get the offensive board. No dice, said Tanae Arnold. The East Hartford native working it down, averaging 5.2 points per game. To Wentz, trying the baseline, has space, pulls up, and a foul called. And Tiana Malinando upset about that call. I could agree, not sure what happened. And now we will see Shoshana Ballantyne come in. Well, you know, really Jeremy Thompson as well getting bench points, but from Ballantyne, nothing could be better. She's been outstanding down the stretch here in this season when Jeremy Thompson has needed women to come off the bench and help. As it always starts, obviously, with Spady and then Bryant. As Wentz knocks that one down. So now Asia Pink will come in, Wentz will come out. Pink, of course, the lethal three-point shooter. 5 threes here a couple games ago against Harcum. 13 points, nothing for the Express here in this first quarter. Trying to avoid those single digits as Negron, good job by Maria to fight through, draws the foul, and that will be the third to the Mustangs. As Bryant will inbound. Shoshana Ballantyne, 14 points 2 games ago in that tough loss to number 6 Rowan Community College in Gloucester, New Jersey. She's really picked up her game. And Bryant with another travel. So turnovers hurting the Express. Just really when they get their offense going, they could be so lethal right now trying to feel out the Mustangs. And maybe overthinking a bit as 3:05 to go here in the first quarter. Medford out for three. And that one could not be connected on by Pink. Tops in threes made Pink as Arnold driving. And draws contact on Bryant. Scoop off the mark. And now Arnold will go to the line for a pair of free throws. Coach Warner's squad trying to shoot a bit better at the line. 58% last game as they missed the first of two, and then 55 against CBC CS6. Union County College will be facing the Mustangs in a couple of weeks. So similar opponents these two teams play as Arnold knocks down Express, still looking for their first point of this one. 2:52 to go as they've been 0 for 11 here in the first half. 2 fouls for Spady, their top rebounder and leading scorer. Valentine. She's really picked it up. 5.9 points per game. As Traverso out to Bryant. She's got to do something, trying to go to Maria Negron. Too many passes. Traverso, three. That one off the back iron. Valentine battling with Pink. She gets the defensive board. And now Asia to push ahead. Medford holding on the baseline, pulls up. That is good, falling down. Medford so lethal on those Jays. Connected on 12 of 16 from the field. Career best against Monroe Community College of Rochester. Turnover by Bryant. Arnold kicks out to Medford. Scoop is good. At 18-0, and Jeremy Thompson needs to call a timeout. His women need to talk it over as the Mustangs imposing their will here with 1:54 to go here in the first quarter. We'll step aside and be back here. You're watching the inter-school matchup. So out of the timeout by the Express, 18-0 Mustangs. Again, the first 2 points of this one were just basically on free throws, but Mustangs have settled in since. 5 for 13 there is shooting. Express 0 for 12 here in this first quarter. Valentine, three, they need it. Off the left glass, and the rebound by Naomi Barnwell. Kicks it out. Pink for three. Off the left rim. Can't give her too many looks as Asia leads the Mustangs with threes made on the year with 40. And offensive rebound dead ball, so it will stay with the Mustangs. And referees just asking for a change to the shot clock. They'll get it. Carvajal-Caro out. Three ball is good by Naomi Barnwell. And Barnwell, her first field goal today. Tanae Arnold's fourth assist, so she has 53 on the year. 21-0 right now in favor of the Mustangs. Bryant for three. That one cannot go. And Segre taking that one down. She's this team's leader in blocks with 25. That rebound for her 100th on the year. So Dana Warner now with 5 100 rebounding women. Carvajal-Caro. That one hit the right rim, and then trying to go after it is Negron. And that one went off her right foot and out. So it will stay with the Mustangs. As Negron so far 5 rebounds in this one, leading all rebounders. Spady has 2 fouls, and now Rama Diallo checking in. 48 seconds to go. And Arnold could not connect with Barnwell. So can the Express get something here with 46.3 seconds to go? Ballantyne, Bryant, Traverso, Diallo, and Thompson on the floor. Pink, Sagri, Wentz, Carvajal Caro, and Barnwell in the 5 for the Mustangs. Pitching a shutout here in this first quarter. 37 seconds to go. 21. This is what the Express came back from on the road down in Maryland against Howard Community College. All they need is 1 bucket. That's just the key to starting a comeback. And Barnwell going to get whistled for a foul, so that will be the 4th to the Mustangs. As Diallo. Rama, of course, brought over by Jeremy Thompson from the soccer team. Program's all-time leader, set a single-season record with 7 goals a couple years ago for women's soccer. Was huge in that game against Brookdale as well, a career-high number she put up. 22 seconds to go. Traverso trying to go down low to Ballantyne. Out to Traverso. Extra pass. Diallo, 3. That one off the left rim. Rebound by Medford. 12 seconds to go. Olivia trying to put on the Jets. She'll reset for one more shot. Out to Pink. 3 ball. That off the back iron. Carvajal Caro getting the board. Can't put it home. 1-0. And with this being Championship Sunday in the NFL, kind of an NFL-like score, but after the first 10, no points for the Express and 21 for the Mustangs. We'll be back with the next 10 minutes. You are watching the inter-school matchup here. Doubleheader now between the Monroe Mustangs and Monroe Express women's and men's. Our women's matchup, 21-0 Mustangs. So we're going to the next 10 minutes of this one. John Kelly Jr., the SID of the Monroe Express, the inter-school matchup between the Monroe Mustangs and Monroe Express. Express trying to snap a 3-game skid. Mustangs trying to snap a 2-game skid. Fell here to CBC Essex, a team right now undefeated, 17-0, top 10 in the Division II NJCAA poll. They fell to Union County Community College, also in the D2 poll. They're number 11. Arnold trying to go out. Good job there to force the pressure by Ballantyne. Bryant trying to get the first bucket. Cannot, as she is denied by Barnwell. Check that, Medford on the block. So it'll be an inbound here for the Express. They were 0 for 15 shooting in that first quarter. Out rebounded 18-9. 6 of 18 field goal shooting, 33.3%. A number there for the Mustangs. Maldonado, Ballantyne, the Spady. Express got to get something going. Spady, fall-away jumper off the mark. Rebound corralled by Medford, who had that block before, trying to go to Asia Pink. Scoops it. And it'll be handled by Amy Sangari. And, of course, Jeremy Thompson thought that was a backcourt. Referees will talk that one over with him. And that's what they will call. So turnover. Now the Express trying to find some points. They got to get them somehow. 4 players had double figures last game. Could it be Maldonado they could go to? Bryant's got to pick it up as well. Diallo's gotten double figures before, and her 3 rims out. And Segri another rebound. 5 now women for this Mustang squad with 100 or more rebounds. Sangari rejected going up. Then gets it back and travels. So it will go down to the Express. Try to get something on the board here. Bryant, Ballantyne, Diallo, Spady, Maldonado in the 5. Ballantyne had 14 down in Southern Jersey 2 games ago. She gets it to Spady, cannot put it up. Great job on the defensive side by Sangari. Medford out to Pink, trying the baseline and travel. So you've had a rough start here so far, as that's Pink's first turnover. Bedford leading all scores with 6, Wentz with 5, Carvajal Caro with 4 for the Mustangs. Tanae Arnold with 4 assists already, as the Express searching for their first bucket, so Pink will step off. First action we'll see from Anais Rosa. Sangari, Wentz, Segri, and Medford in the 5 for the Mustangs as Bryant draws contact, first foul to the Mustangs, and finally a chance for some free throws from Taraya Bryant. You know, when it comes to Taraya, sophomore this year, Jeremy Thompson had really recruited her hard, recruited her while she had come in after play at Tallahassee Community College for a season, as she makes the first of 2. Really recruited, brought her in, and really Bryant made an impact immediately. 3 of those 4 double-figure games in the first 4 against preseason NJCAA-ranked opponents, Middlesex County College, UConn Avery Point, and Hostos. Obviously, Hostos, the Express have swept. They're the #1 seed in Region 15. But that's not all Jeremy Thompson wants. He wants more than that. But Bryant, one of the key fire starters in getting that going this year, and her mother is her biggest admirer and who she admires the most as well. She goes 1 for 2, so the Express used the free throw line to finally get their first points. Now at 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter, Segri off the mark. Sangari could not put that one home as she's rejected by Spady. Try to go up on the offensive boards off a rebound, and that would throw it off a foot by Spady. Will stay with the Express, and Maldonado will have the inbound. Tiana, we spoke about that Hostos game on the road in the Bronx. Tiana phenomenal in that one. Double-double, first career double-double. 14 rebounds and 12 points. 14 rebounds, a career high. Bryant for 3. That is an air ball. And still the first field goal the Express are trying to search for. Now Wentz, watched by Ballantyne. Good job there to steal it by Bryant. 2-on-1 with Diallo. Bryant to Diallo. And Rama can't lay it home. As you see in your screen, Jeremy Thompson just putting his hands on his head. Those easy layups just been being missed by the Express. So tough, but they do a great job to get it stopped defensively. And Bryant with that rebound as well. Second in scoring Taraya at 9.4 points per game. Spady trying to get going. Fouled going up, but she'll have 2 free throws coming her way. As the Express best player, one of the best in the country, going to the free throw line. 37 made, 55 attempted, and try to get her 38th made, and this will be her 56th attempt. As Naomi Barnwell will check in. Carvajal Caro, Wentz, Rosa, and Medford in the 5 for the Mustangs. Spady connects on the first of 2. Spady shooting 67.3 on the season. And she cannot connect on the second, goes 1 for 2. She was a perfect 2 for 2. in that game on Thursday. Rosa feeds Carvajal Caro. That shot is short. She has to put a little more knee into it. Now here comes Bryant on the push. Stripped. And they're going to say it hit her knee going out. But right now, despite just 2 points, the Express have really settled in, forcing better pressure on the Mustangs. And now Traverso will come in for Diallo. Crystal, a freshman from the Bronx, New York. Couldn't be playing any better. 2 15-point performances. That's a career best for her against Harcum and Hostos, and one last game against Raritan Valley Community College. Oh, looked like Rosa charged, and she did. So the Mustangs with 3 fouls right now. And Express defensively settling down, but they got to try to find a way to put some buckets together. And then a turnover on the inbound. Wentz tried to go up, could not handle. And then they jump ball. So great job by Maldonado to make that mistake, then recover and force the jump ball. And just goes right back to the Express. All 2 Express points at the free throw line. 1 for 2 from Bryant, the other 1 for 2 from Spady. Maldonado had that blocked by Barnwell trying to get it out. And Wentz will lay that home as Rosa with the steal. Of course, Barnwell, the one who really forced that. Barnwell comes in second with 44 steals as the lead to 21 for the Mustangs. Largest it has been. Spady on the layup. Short. Rebound by Ballantyne. Could not tip it back home. And defensive board grab by Medford. Trying to feed to Barnwell. Great read by the Express. It will stay with the Mustangs, but a good job on that one. As Fatima Thompson will come in, Maldonado will step off. Thompson joining Bryant, Ballantyne, Spady, and Traverso. As Arnold comes in, Rosa, Carvajal Caro, Medford, and Barnwell in the 5 for the Mustangs. Medford for 3. That one rims out. That will be 3 free throws for her as the Rockville Center native going to go to the charity stripe. Averaging 12.4 points per game. Tops on the team, Medford. One of 5 to score in double figures in that blowout win against Orange County Community College. Medford led all scores with 16 in that one. And when she gets hot, she is as dangerous as ever here on this squad, as she can only go 1 for 2 and whistle. And a violation, so she'll get another shot at it. And can't connect. Offensive board by Arnold. And she gets rejected by Spady. And then Ballantyne threw it off her foot and turned it over. Jump ball. And I think the arrow this time would go to the Mustangs. And it will. So 5:48 to go. Lead to 22 for the Mustangs. Largest it has been. Tough to find buckets, but the Mustangs have. And the Express just have found 2 points on 1 of 2 free throw shooting from Bryant and Spady as a turnover by Rosa. Traverso pushing ahead. To Thompson. Cross court to Spady. Naira, triple team floater. Gets the friendly roll. First field goal finally knocked down by the Express at the 5:32 mark. And then a quick foul as Traverso trying to go for a steal. Crystal really one of the more impressive players here in the second half. Now third in scoring at 7.9 points per game. 150 points. As we said, 15 points, a career high. She's done it 3 times over the last 5 games for this squad. 20-point game. Arnold with 4 assists leading all players. Instead throws that away. Carvajal Caro trying to get that big paw and take it away and could not. Bryant pull up. Good. How about that from the Express? Back-to-back possessions with jumpers. Now they'll put on their pressure. And Rosa threw it away. Steal by Spady. Outlets to Traverso. Try to work on Barnwell. Rejected. Naomi said, I don't think so. Rosa now pushing in transition. Carvajal Caro. Barnwell has the baseline. Feeds Carvajal Caro. And she lays it home. Great 2-win one game as Carvajal Caro. Easy lay-in, such a really heady player. And she now has 6 points. As a 3 knocked down by the Express. Great response, 3 straight possessions. The Express have been able to knock down shots. And that one, the first bucket from Crystal Traverso, and a timeout now by Dana Warner. And the Monroe Mustangs. John Kelly Jr., SID of the Monroe Express. Glad to be here with you. The inter-school matchup. We're not done after this. Stay with us here as the men will tee up. And perhaps no team, I would say, and they deserve a ranking, playing better in the country than the Monroe Mustangs. On fire right now. The Jeff Ross said squad will come in. 18 wins for them against Chris Neely's Express and our men's Express back-to-back wins, as they too are really battling in the region to really try to make a statement, get some home games here to the ruckus and great environment here at New Rochelle. And be a good test for them. Melvin Council Jr., 2-time NJCAA Player of the Week against Isaiah Stone, who put up program record numbers in the opener against Springfield Tech and also earned NJCAA Player of the Week. And that will be your next matchup after the women duke it out. Good job here by the Express so far. 9-5. They have outscored the Mustangs after not scoring in the first quarter, being down 21-0. As it's interesting, both teams' points coming to start this one at the free throw line. And out of the timeout, Express starting to play with much more of a hitch in their step as Barnwell 3-on-1. Hands it to Carvajal Caro, then back to Barnwell, and she's able to put it home. So Naomi Barnwell with 5 points. First assist for Carvajal Caro as the Express got to get it moving. Here's Traverso. Into the front court to Bryant. Bryant, of course, his team's leader in assists is Fatima Thompson, trying to go down, and foul called. We'll see who they give it to. Foul be Carvajal Caro, her second, and her team's 4th of the quarter. Bryant in for Traverso, Spady, Ballantyne, Thompson. In the 5, Ballantyne to Spady. Had an open spot there at the free throw line, but it closes quickly with this type of defense. Traverso for 3, off the mark, easy board by Barnwell. Barnwell's 5th rebound today, 4th on the defensive side. So she has 157 on the season, tops on the team, averaging 7.6 per game. That also tops on the team. Open 3, Rosa. That one short, offensive board, Barnwell. Can't put the J home on the offensive board by Carvajal Caro, and she converts. So out of the timeout, great job here by the Mustangs as able to put together back-to-back possessions, and then Ballantyne turns it over. Medford pull up. That is good, and that's how quick the Mustangs could strike both these teams. Transition-type teams. They force turnovers, and then they convert them. And that really, next to free throw shooting and rebounding, going to be the crucial part of who wins this one. Spady to Thompson. Gets on the floor. It'll be a jump ball whistled, and it will stay with the Express as Negron and Diallo to come in. Negron with 5 rebounds, leading all women for the Express on that area. Medford with 8. That leads the Mustangs as Bryant on the inbound. Negron to Bryant. To Diallo. Thought about a 3. Back to Bryant. Now she thought about a 3. Lobbing it to Spady. Takes a dribble. Jay. Off the back iron. Great job on the glass by this Mustang squad. 33-15 right now, out rebounding the Monroe Express. Express did not score in that first quarter, but they have all 9 points in this one as an easy lay-in missed, and the board corralled her 4th by Spady. Kicks out to Traverso. Head fakes. Out of Bryant to Diallo. Bryant drills it at Negron, gets it, fires, can't get the friendly roll. And Sangari with another rebound Amy now with 5 in this one, 3 on the defensive side. Rebounding margin, 34-16 in favor of the Mustangs. Barnwell, 3-ball. Off the left rim and a board corralled by Negron, her 6th. So 4 away from a double-digit rebounding effort. Has a couple of those this year. She was huge in that win against Community College of Rhode Island. They're number 8 in the country. Express with 2 wins over top 10 teams this year. Diallo, 3-ball. That one cannot go. The looks have been good. Express just cannot knock them down. As we close in on 1:18 to go here in the first half. Deja Wentz with 7 points, 9 from Medford, leading all scorers. And Coach Thompson going to call a timeout as the Express had really started to impose their will since that timeout by the Mustangs, though they've gotten it back and turned it around as they lead now by 23 in this one on the Monroe College Sports Network. Again, Express got this down to a 15-point game, 26-9, but since that point, 6 straight by the Mustangs, and they lead here by 23 with 1:05 to go. Alexavia Smith, my producer and director. I'm the SID of the Monroe Express, John Kelly Jr. Both teams here in an inter-school matchup trying to snap skids. The Express trying to snap a 3-game skid, and the Monroe Mustangs trying to snap a 2-game skid of their own. Of course, the losses by Dana Warner's teams, the 2 ranked squads in the Division II poll. Lost to number 6 CCBC Essex, and then, of course, falling to number 11 Union County College on the road. Express will be there in a week to take on that squad. 1:02 to go out of the timeout. Buckets are key. Spady drew contact on Sagri, so that'll be the 5th for the Mustangs. And some big free throws coming up for Naira. When we talk about comebacks, during that 11-point comeback against Lackawanna College, 15 of her career-high 25 for Naira Spady were in the first half. She's a do-it-all type player. It isn't just rebounding and scoring as she connects on the first of 2. She's very active in the steals game. 12 games coming into this one with 2 or more steals for Naira, and she's recorded a steal, now including this game, in 18 of 20 this year. 2 for 2, that's what you like. So the lead now to 22. Be good here if Jeremy Thompson's squad can get it down to under 20. As Spady could not handle that pass from Bryant. They had everything set up, the forced turnover. The Express could not convert. As they're putting this press, as Bryant steals it from Medford. Then feeds the Spady out to Bryant. If you're Jeremy Thompson, you want to kind of milk the clock, get the best shot possible. Diallo, 3-ball. Good, as that's a point-off turnover. And just what Jeremy Thompson wanted. Team down now by 18, but a dangerous 2-on-1. Barnwell feeds Sagri. No, she traveled before she laid that home. So right now the Express with 5 straight points. And if you're Jeremy Thompson, you have time here with the shot clock. Take it down, and a foul by Rosa. And Coach Barnwell not going to be happy with that because that'll be the 6th for the Mustangs. Yeah, we should have 1-and-1 free throws coming up. It's amazing to really think about Jeremy Thompson team out to a 9-and-1 start. It's done such a great job keeping this team together, trying to build it during the pandemic, as 2 free throws coming here from Bryant. Of course, if the Express really want to win the region, Bryant going to be the key. Goes 1 for 1 so far. She can do it all, the Brooklyn native. And cannot connect on that. Sagri with the board, 27 seconds to go. Lead down to 17. And another turnover by Rosa. Traverso in transition. And Rosa gets it back as Barnwell will get the steal. Now Naomi feeds. And that laid home by Medford. 10 seconds to go. Express trying to get one more shot off here. Negron, 3-ball. Oh, man, I don't think she saw as much time left. And that will be corralled by Barnwell, and that will be the end of the first half. So the Express, after scoring no points in that first quarter, outscore the Mustangs 15-13 in the second and cut it down right where you want when you want to come back to a 19-point deficit that they'll face at halftime, and we'll go into it. So at halftime here in our first of two in this inter-school matchup between the Monroe Express and the Monroe Mustangs, it is the Mustangs 34 and the Express 15. So we're about to begin the second half of action. Let's get you some quick stats on how that first half unfolded there. 37-18, the rebounding advantage by the Mustangs. They shot 35.3%. Again, shut out the Express in that first quarter, 21-0. Express shooting just 12%, 4 of 33. And Wentz with 11, Medford with 8, Bryant leading all scorers with 5, rebounding Medford with 8, Negron with 6. And of course the Express will get this under 20 points as Arnold will start this one off. Sangari, Barnwell, Medford trying to get into double figures and knocks down a 3. Wentz finishing out that 5 as Medford now with 14 points. Well, not showing the leaders, both her and Wentz with 14 apiece. Bryant on the hook. That off the back iron, Traverso, Negron, Maldonado, and Spady in the 5 for this Express squad. So down by 21. Xavier Smith, my producer and director. I'm SID of the Monroe Express, John Kelly Jr. Express, no points in that first quarter, as Sangari able to back down and score, and the Mustangs with the first 2 buckets. Express not going without getting any good looks, though. They have just been unable to knock it down. Kind of been the story last couple of games. But they're never out of it. Maldonado cannot knock down from 3. Negron trying to get the offensive board. Instead, it found the hands of Medford. Out to Wentz on the drive. Floater short, gets her own rebound. Goes up a second time. No dice, and the board corralled by Spady. Now outlets for Maldonado. Got knocked away from her, and she bats it out of play. So it is Mustang basketball. Medford, as we mentioned, 14 points. Her and Wentz in that area doing really well. 5 double-figure games over her last 7, so really starting to play extremely well. And Sullivan County Community College, she had 19 in that one. That was huge to knock off Ben Newberg's undefeated General squad, who at the time were ranked 19th in the country. Wentz for 3, good. And he cannot let those up. Wentz came in second with 13 threes made. She now has 17. That leads all Mustang scorers. 2 players in double figures for them. Of course, when the Express have numerous players in double figures, very solid record this year. As Bryant gets that cross court from Maldonado. Traverso, Maldonado, Tiana can't knock down from 3. She should just keep shooting those, though, because when she gets hot, she can be lethal. She's knocked down 4 or more in 2+ games this season. Sangari, guarded by Spade, kicks out Wentz. Wentz is feeling it. Why not from 3? Short, offensive board, Sangari. And stepped on the line. Although I think from our camera view, her foot was just inside of it, but referee disagreed. As Express looking for their first bucket of the third quarter. Again, no points in that first quarter. As Bryant to Spady. Hook shot. That one airballed. Who did it touch last? They'll say it touched Barnwell. So an inbound coming now for the Express. Again, Maldonado, again, was huge in that Lackawanna comeback too. 11 points for her in that one. Spady driving. Shot is good. Naira, hello. 5 points for her, so big one for her here. That's actually her 7th point. It cuts it now down to 25, and a traveling violation on Barnwell. So the Express can really put something together. They'll be right back in this one as Dana Warner, frustrated, and he'll call a timeout, and he asks for a full timeout. John Kelly Jr., my producer-director, is Xavier Smith. I am the SID at the Monroe Express. And check out all our athletic stuff at www.monroeexpress.com, as well as MonroeCollegeMustangs.com. The other SID scoring the game for you, David Spiegel. Great content. And stick with us. 5 o'clock, the finishing game will be the Express and the Mustangs. Men will go at it. Of course, Jeff Ross said squad 18 victories this year. came off a really great win against Harcum College. Hot shooting performance, two-time NJCAA Player of the Week, Melvin Council Jr., and an NJCAA Division III Offensive Player of the Week in Isaiah Stone, who right now, Isaiah Stone, has just passed Chris Smith in program history for third most in a single season, and of course Gian Batista, who's lighting it up at Lehman College right now, a former Express player from 2 years ago, for career rebounds in a single season. He smashed both of them, and he will be on guard amongst a team really playing very well off of 2 solid blowout victories against opponents they should have beat. And they will try to end that winning streak of the Mustangs after this one concludes. Bryant over to Traverso. To Spady. Maldonado's open. The space closes. Spady taking herself floater off the back iron, and they will call a foul. So Naira Spady going to go to the charity stripe. Of course, Spady, that name has been common all season. Game tying 3, then Tariah Bryant, as you look in your screen, who walked by her, able to get the steal and score at the horn to knock off Lackawanna College. Spady, of course, tying it up at 52 at the line. And that 21-point comeback against Howard Community College as she knocks down the first of 2. Spady now with 8 points. 5 straight double-digit rebounding performances, and she had put in back-to-back double-doubles coming into this one. 7, the team high, and she goes 2 for 2 at the line. So the Express, 4 points in this quarter, 8-4 to the Mustangs. And now Sangari trying to go to Barnwell. Good job to close off by Spady. 3-ball deployed by Medford. A rare miss from her, out of play, and now the Express back with it. Well, the crucial thing here for Coach Jeremy Thompson's squad, just chip away. That's what they did at Lackawanna. It's what they did at Howard Community College. But again, you can't turn it over like that one. As a steal by Barnwell off that from Traverso on the turnover. Yeah, this is a team that could force tons of them and convert them in, and then a turnover right back by Barnwell because Maldonado able to knock it away, then gets fouled. And we'll see how many that is on Medford. That's the first Maldonado foul. That'll be her second. Barnwell, of course, 3 turnovers. So now Bryant on the inbound. She was big in that upset of Hostos Community College. Early part of last year, really set the tone. 9 of their first 10, the Express won. Only lost to number 6 in the country, CCBC Essex, as Traverso for 3 short. Great challenge by Sangari. Now Wentz in transition with 17 on the afternoon. Lost control. Maldonado shutting the door. Gets down low Barnwell, and she traveled. So a lot of meat on the bone left here for the Express. Again, put together some offensive possessions. Be right back in this one. Trap put on the far and near side, and Maldonado has it thrown away from her. Wentz, Medford, cannot convert. But the offensive board corralled by Arnold. And the lady known for assists goes with the lefty hook and down. So Arnold coming up with 3 points for her. Had 4 assists in that first half as Bryant gets reached in on by Medford. And that's really crucial. This is one of the top 3 scorers for this team. So that'll be her 3rd foul. Is looking here for the Mustangs foul-wise. So Medford with 3, 2 from Barnwell. Express have 2 from Spady and Maldonado. So with Barnwell on the floor, but of course Medford, one of the top scorers off. Can the Express convert? Maldonado for 3. That one airballed. And it will go over to the Mustangs with 5:23 to go. Just seems like no matter what, Express are getting good looks, good chances, just cannot knock them down today. 5 for 40 shooting from the field. And Pink throws that one away. And you could really see in your screen why Dana Warner, the head coach of the Mustangs, is so frustrated, because he knows what this team is capable of, this Express team. They've come back from 21 down. And frustrated there, his team, again, seems to have some momentum and gives it right back to the Express. Shots just have to fall, but they will. As we get to 5, they're going to have to. Negron threw it away. Should have went up with that one. Barnwell with the steal. Trying to split a pair and then stolen right away by Bryant. Taraya out to Spady. Extra feed Negron. And looked like she got clipped, yes. So we'll see who that is on. If that's on Barnwell, that'll be your third. So that is 3 fouls now on your number 1 rebounder and your top scorer, and Olivia Medford and Naomi Barnwell. The bench did produce 42 for the Mustangs in that victory against Harcum College. Well, they'll be tested right now because at any time Maldonado can get hot, Traverso can get hot, and all of a sudden we're close again. Easy shot could not be converted by Negron, but a big offensive board by Spady. Maldonado to Bryant, Traverso to Spady. 9 to shoot. Express got to go. Traverso, Negron driving and draws contact going up. Great job by Maria Negron to keep her composure and going to be rewarded with 2 free throws. And she'll step in to do that. And she connects on the first of 2 free throws. Mentioned 13 rebounds for Negron. Career best against the Community College of Rhode Island, one of the 2 ranked teams that the Express have defeated this year. Hostos being twice as she cannot convert on the second. Big offensive board. Spady rejected by Carvajal Caro. And then Traverso going to get called for a foul on Asia Pink. So that'll be the first for the Express. 4:26 to go. Pink brings it over midcourt. Cross now for Wentz. And she cannot convert. Who did touch last? It's going to be the Mustangs. So over to the Express. Mustangs outscoring the Express 10-5 in this quarter. And Maldonado, that would hit Wentz. But Express turn it over again. Pink. Arnold stolen by Maldonado. It's a steal affair. Gets it up now for Negron. Both teams sloppy with the basketball. And a quick whistle here. And Traverso. A bit of a cramp, so we'll have to get some other player in. That's just the other thing for Coach Thompson's squad. Team really that playing not always at full 100% strength, so we'll have the trader look that one over. We'll take a break ourselves. 24-point game. Mustangs in front, 3:58 to go. So out of the timeout, Crystal Traverso will step off, so Ballantyne will come in. Bryant, Spady, Negron, Diallo in the 5. Ballantyne for 3. That one off the mark. Pink with the defensive board. And going to push now for the Mustangs in transition. Carvajal Caro out. Jumper by Arnold off the mark. Ping pongs off a pair of hands, and then Bryant travels. And so we'll go over now to the Mustangs. And of course the Express just dealing with the second half, trying to fight through the health. A lot of players. Traverso has been playing so well. We hope she's okay and can come back as Carvajal Caro with it. She pulls up. Off the mark, great rebound by Spady. For Ballantyne. Feeds Negron. Laying, good, tic-tac-toe. Give Ballantyne the assist. And Spady, great job to start that. She now has 8 rebounds, so she's a point away and 2 rebounds away from 3 straight double-doubles. 7 on this team leads the way. Segre to Arnold. A great first half, dished out 4 assists, 53 for her on the year. Carvajal Caro finds an open Arnold. Snuck behind and then could not put home the easy lay-in. And now you'll have Medford to come in. 3 fouls for her. Arnold will check out. As Medford with 14 points. So we checked that on the scoring before. Medford with 14, Wentz with 10. Our live stats, a little bit of an issue, but 22-point game. Negron out to Diallo, 4-3. Rama can knock those down when she can, and she makes her first today. Diallo had 3 of those knocked down, 16 in a win against Brookdale earlier this year. Express have it under 20-19. Wentz, Segre pulls up. That one airballed. Carvajal Caro gets a big offensive board. Keeping her footing. Great job to Wentz. Can't connect either. And Segre crashes, knocks it out. And it will go over now to the Express. So if Jeremy Thompson's squad can get this within 13 to 11 points, should be an interesting final 10 minutes. Express, heart all the way. That's how it's been. Trying to bounce back today. Spady with space. Gets fouled. And no. They're going to call offensive foul on Spady. Kind of surprised by that one. Just thought there would have been a no call there. So that's her 4th turnover, Spady, her 3rd foul. As Wentz will bring it up the floor. Wentz with 10 today to Pink. Wentz over to Medford. 3 ball. Good. So Medford with 17 points in this one. 3 20-point game. She's 3 away from a 4th. As Bryant splits a pair. Plants out to Ballantyne. And she travels again. That's the 21st Express turnover today. 2nd for Ballantyne. 21-point lead. That was the lead after the first quarter. No points by the Express. Medford, Carvajal Caro pulls up and connects. And just like that, hard to build it back up, back-to-back possessions with field goals knocked down by the Mustangs. Carvajal Caro with 10. So a 3rd player in double figures for the Mustangs as Diallo trying to convert. Cannot. And Segre the defensive board as we're under a minute to go with 48 seconds. Medford to Wentz. Gonna walk it up the floor. 20-second shot clock, the game clock. Difference, Segre. Pink. Rejected on the 3-pointer, and Naira Spady. That's the heart you see with what Jeremy Thompson's squad has. They do not quit. Of course, Spady, a New Rochelle native. Wentz inbounds. Carvajal-Caro out to Medford. Leading all scorers with 16 in this one. 4 to shoot for Olivia. Almost threw it away. 1 to shoot, Segre, and that's going to exhaust. As a shot clock violation showed, the shot clock will turn off. 18.9 seconds to go. The Express can just get 1 or 2 buckets. Try to get it just under 20 points going into the fourth quarter. Diallo, Bryant, Ballantyne, Negron, and Spady. As Bryant to Ballantyne. Negron pulls up. That one airballed. Defensive board by Medford, and the final possession going to be held by the Mustangs. 7 to go. Medford. Segre. She'll pull up for a jumper, and she'll connect. And that will end the third quarter of play. First bucket of the day by Segre. Third assist by Medford. And in the final 10 minutes, it's a 25-point lead here by the Mustangs in this inter-school matchup. So we'll go to the final 10 minutes. Let's give you some statistics on this one. As Naira Spady leading all scorers with 9 points. Rama Diallo with 6 points. And, of course, Spady just a point and 2 rebounds away from 3 straight doubles. Of course, Crystal Traverso walked off the floor, has not come back. So that, of course, a big question. Will she return? So crucial to this lineup, Traverso, and how she has been able to really spark it. On the other side here, the Mustangs, 3 players in double figures. Sarah Carvajal-Caro with 10. 10 from Deja Wentz. And, of course, the top scorer, Olivia Medford, with now 16. So 4 over her 12.4 team leading average. And that's where we stand as we see here. You know, the Express, they try to make everything tough for you. Mustangs only shooting 35%, 25% from 3. You know, the Mustangs, they do know Express in the top 5 in the country in 3-point percentage allowed. The problem there, and they just can't knock down enough shots today so far. 7 of 47 from the field. And, of course, in the rebounding area, getting out-rebounded 51-28. Of course, 27 was the largest lead. It's now to 25 in the final 10 minutes of play here on the Monroe College Sports Network. So Diallo to inbound, Bryant, Spady, Negron, Ballantyne in the 5, Medford, Wentz, Carvajal-Caro, Arnold, Barnwell. Of course, Medford and Barnwell 3 fouls apiece as Bryant for 3. Good! Taraya, really, an ability to pick up the scoring at any time, and they'll need her. She had the game-winning layup against Lackawanna College, stole the inbound, took it to win it at the horn. Carvajal-Caro keeping her footing to Medford. And that one turned over. Great job by Negron to close the lane. Ballantyne with it to Spady. Now here we're going to try to take this one over. Trying to go down low to Negron. That one denied nicely by Carvajal-Caro, and the steal picked up by Wentz. So 5th turnover by Spady. Then Wentz can't go all the way. Defensive board by Diallo. It's Rama's 2nd rebound today. Ballantyne to Spady. Ballantyne's had some open looks. Surprised that she hasn't deployed one. Spady. Bryant to Spady. 3-ball, Naira. Short. Bryant the offensive board. Feeds Spady. Naira going. Laying. Cannot go. And she draws contact. We'll go back to the free throw line. That'll be 3rd on Carvajal-Caro. So Sarah with 3 fouls. Barnwell and Medford with 3 fouls. Of course, mentioned that first quarter, 21-0 Monroe Mustangs. They only gave up 2 in the first quarter to Orange County Community College. Led 28-2 after that first quarter, as Spady knocks down the first of 2. So now you're now with 10. 12th double-figure game. And she goes 2 for 2 at the line. Played really well, Spady. So she has 11. Monroe Express women not going to go away. This is who they are. Spady now with 3 straight double-figure games. Barnwell, extra feed. Sangari makes it. Those easy layups, the crucial thing when the pressure's put on. As Bryant now going to push. Medford denying her. Alfred Ballantyne. Spady pulls up. Connects. This could be a Naira fourth quarter. 20-point game. Express putting on the pressure. Great break by the Mustangs. Wentz with space to operate. Cannot convert. Barnwell the offensive board and puts it back. Barnwell a rebound away from a double-digit rebounding performance. 3 over her last 4. Up tempo as Spady gets it. Lay-in, cannot go. Naira back to the line, and the most important thing about drawing those fouls, we'll see who it's on. The clock stops, which gives you more and more possessions, and if you can knock down threes, get closer and closer. And that'll be the second to Sangari, and Spady at the line. Express shooting 71.4% at the charity stripe, an area they just want to improve on as they go down the stretch. Spady, good. Just so important. 73% today. Both teams really want to keep their free throw shooting where it is. Of course, Dana Warner has to be a lot happier what he's gotten out of the free throw line today. His women shooting 72.7 as Spady. Perfect. 2 for 2. She's made all her last 4 free throw attempts. It's back to a 20-point game. And a foul called on the Express. So that's going to be Diallo on that. He'll be her first. Rama, one of the only returning sophomore to come back this year. Played a couple seasons ago. Kanisha Griffin, a darn good guard. And a good leader on this squad. Quiet leader. Is that one thrown away by Arnold? Ballantyne. Lay-in. It's got to go. It does. And the Express hanging around. Turnover forcing the key for both of these teams. But that would be, as the tennis people would call it, unforced error. And it's now down to 18 points. And Medford, a little miscommunication with Sangari. And Dana Warner wants to talk it over with his women. As with 7:08 to go, this one really been all Mustangs. Express could not score in the first quarter, outscored 21-0, shut out. But then they came back with a good second quarter. And, of course, the second half just been you look at those 2 losses out of the last 3 for them. It's really been the second half. What can they do in the second half? In that third quarter, just 10 points. And the second half kind of buried them at Raritan Valley Community College. And, of course, a game they really thought they should have won against the number 6 ranked Rowan Community College, Gloucester South Jersey squad, and that Roadrunner squad getting a big win over them. So for Coach Jeremy Thompson, his squad really, again, needing to find players off the bench. Ballantyne, a player who can get it done. You know, we hope that Crystal Traverso is okay, but digging as deep as he can. He even brought Krishana Levy up from the JV squad, who's their second leading scorer, just for depth. He's needed it here in the second half, and still this team plays hard no matter who's on the floor every night. And it says it's about winning the Expressway. And Expressway to him, 4 quarters, 10 minutes, play him hard till the final buzzer. The Express not going to go away here. Diallo, Bryant, Ballantyne, as Fatima Thompson coming in for Maria Negron, and Spady fill out that 5. Diallo, Bryant. Sometimes you wonder, should she just fire a 3? Diallo cannot connect from 3. Ballantyne knocking at the Thompson and rejected, going up by Sangari. Thompson had that offensive board. Sangari said, I don't think so. They'll say actually she didn't get a piece of that. It was a miss as Medford throws it away. Ballantyne, lay-in off the mark, but she drew the 4th foul on Medford. And, of course, for Dana Warner, frustrated here. His team's won 3 of their last 4. And he wants his women to really close this one out. Of course, Warner came over for the men's program, 10 years coached there. Took over this program 2018, 2019. And he's a Monroe graduate, played here in 1998, 13.7 points per game before getting a degree in business management. As Valentine knocking down the first of 2. When Shoshana can play within herself and budding with confidence, she is so dangerous on the floor and cannot make that free throw. Goes 1 for 2. And Pink with the big board. And she drills it at Wentz. So, 17-point game. Express not going away in this one. Barnwell down to Sangaree. Cannot lay it home. And then another foul. We'll see who this is on as, wow, the Mustangs. So it's going to be on Asia Pink, and that'll be her second foul and her team's 4th. Next foul, it's free throws for the Express all the way. 72% they've shot at the line as Diallo. Valentine, Bryant, Spady, and Fatima Thompson. Bryant drills it to Spady. Naira driving the baseline, and she draws contact. Oof. That was a close call. You could have thought maybe she had run over Asia Pink. So that will be the 5th Mustang foul. Spady to the line. As Naira 15 points in this one. Just separating herself amongst that Region 15. Probably a first-team selection, definitely, what she's done this year, as she cannot make the first of 2 and made her previous 4 free throws. The New Rochelle native, played at Truman High School. Her points per game average, amount of points she scored coming in, 4th and 5th in a single season, and those were 2 crucial free throws that she could not knock down. Lead still at 17. Wentz feeds Carvajal Caro, and she lays it home. That's just what the Mustangs wanted to do. And then Wentz steals it on the inbound and connects as well. So she gets an assist and then a steal and points off a turnover. And what was a 17-point game is now 21. Mishandled by Valentine, and Arnold couldn't lay it home. But she feeds Wentz. Wentz can't lay it home. Rebound by Diallo, and then Pink going to be whistled for a foul. So the Express back to the line. And a 30-second timeout going to be called by Jeremy Thompson. So we try to give his squad something left here to work with. Down by 21. They were down by 17. And this game trailed by as much as 27. But just been one of those games for the Express. Continuing to get good looks, just cannot knock them down. 37% shooting to the 18.9%. As we have 53 combined turnovers in this one. As 22 points by the Mustangs off of 24 Express turnovers. They're getting 17 off 29 Mustang turnovers. As both teams numerous times this year have forced 30 or more on their opponents. They just make life a living nightmare when it comes to playing against these two teams defensively. And you've seen it here as Naira Spady leading all scorers for the Express with 15. And Olivia Medford, 1 of 3 in double figures. She has team high 16, 12 for Wentz, 10 for Carvajal Caro. As Maldonado checks in and just threw it right away to Barnwell. And Naomi takes it off the turnover. So Barnwell now with 9 points, 2 away from being the 4th Mustang in double figures. That one went off of Bryant's foot. Then Maldonado, what an effort. Tiana able to get on the floor. So dangerous defensively. And then forces Ballantyne to get that to be a jump. Arrow will stay with the Mustangs. So Pink inbounds here for Wentz. Trying to go to Carvajal Caro. Open is Pink. Scoop is good. Mustangs now by 25. As Valentine trying to push that and turned over to Arnold. Wentz with it. And if you are the Mustangs, you want to kind of roll the clock down here, not keep it available for the Express to do any more damage. Fourth steal by Barnwell before. As Pink for three. Off the back of the iron, and Arnold with an offensive board. But an area that's been the difference. 58-33 in rebounds, and then there's a turnover. Spady driving, laying it up and in. So Nair with 17 points. Now 8 short of her career high, which was done at Lackawanna in that 11-point comeback. Mustangs have prevented any crazy comeback today by the Express. Carvajal Caro cross courts it to Wentz. Three, good. As Wentz now with 15. As she has knocked down 3 3-pointers in this one with 3:33 to go. Bryant to Ballantyne. Shoshana for three. How about that from a response? So Ballantyne with 6. Yeah, one of the Express players playing very well here in the second half of the season, and they've needed her. And when Shoshana, as I mentioned, continues to have that confidence, she's lethal. You don't even know how dangerous she could be as a guard. And Pink traveled, so still some time here. Yes, the score may look 21, but Express have been able to score in bunches and get it down quicker, as this will be the first action we will see here for Miriam Guy, who, next to, as we mentioned before, Diallo did play a little bit 2 years ago, but of course Diallo played the whole season. And she checks in alongside Bryant, Spady, Thompson, and Ballantyne. Guy cannot get it to go, and the rebound corralled by Medford. So she has a double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds. 6 double-figure games for Olivia over her last 8. Carvajal Caro backing down, fall-away hook, off the back iron. Nice job by Thompson and knock it to Guy. Gets her first defensive board. Bryant splitting, laying, too strong. Carvajal Caro with the rebound. That's Sarah's 6th tonight. Also, as you look at it here, Barnwell just a point away from a double-double as well. At 16 and 12 a couple games ago. Medford for 3 off the front of the rim. That went off a Guy and did not touch Arnold. And it looks now with 2 minutes to go that Jeremy Thompson going to bring in the final part of his roster. So Spady's night is finished, as Naira Spady 17 points. So she just misses a 3rd consecutive double-double by 2 rebounds. She gets a team high of 17. Bryant going to come off. Maldonado going to come off. Bryant 7 points, 2 assists tonight. So Ibar, Krishana Levy, who we mentioned, 2nd in scoring on the JV squad. A squad that actually squandered a double-digit lead to Westchester Community College on Thursday. As Levy, that one off the mark. She's a sophomore. She'll be honored when Villa Maria College comes here to take on the JV team. Thompson, Riley, and Guy in the 5. Christina Riley is very good on defense for this squad. A couple blocks this year. And see here, Dana Warner going to empty off his bench. First action we'll see from Jalisa Batamora. Riley, Guy for 3. That off the left rim, and it will go out of play and over here to the Mustangs. So Dana Warner's squad will snap their 2-game skid, make that 4 of 5 victories, get win number 10. And Jeremy Thompson's squad going to fall to 13 and 7. Of course, some big matchups still coming in the region. They're undefeated in the region. That's really all that matters despite today's result and a tough result. We're under a minute to go. A great job by Guy and good defense by Ivar to force that turnover. As the Express, of course, after this inter-school matchup, going to have to play their rival Bronx Community College on the road on Tuesday. It's a doubleheader. The men, of course, going to take them on as well. Guy throws it away. So then, of course, ASA Manhattan here. Then they go on the road for Nassau and Union County Community College. Two games that, to be honest with you, important for confidence, but Nassau even more important with the region, trying to get that top seed as Sangari able to lay it up and in. And those are the next couple of games. They go on the road to Kingsborough Thursday the 10th and finish here with Saturday the 12th and the 15th at home against Bronx and Nassau. A chance to close out and get that top seed in the region, currently undefeated, as Krishana Levy's floater off the mark. 17 seconds to go. So Dana Warner's squad going to take care of business in this one. Shut out the Express in the first quarter, held them to no points. And, of course, they will have Hostos Community College, who the Express swept in region play. Coming here, that Villa Maria College, Lackawanna, Putnam Science, and on this first of a 5-game homestand, they snapped their 2-game skid and they defeat the Monroe Express women by a score of 67-42. And that is all from here in the first of two here in our inter-school matchup. Final stats. Naira Spady leads the Express in rebounds with 8, scores 17, a team high. 2 assists. Valentine and Bryant lead the way. And steals, man, Taraya Bryant just a monster in that category. 8 steals for Taraya in this one. As that one, a big one in this one. And as we look here in Taraya's stats here for the Express, 8 steals today. And for Bryant, those 8 steals in today's game, a new season high, besting the 7 that she did it twice against Springfield Technical College, Essex County Community College. So that's the end of this one, 67-42. That's the end of the women. The men to follow here in this inter-school matchup, 2 NJCAA players of the week offensively, Melvin Council Jr. and Isaiah Stone, coming into your screen next after this.